You might be able to tell I'm kind of moving things around in here. I want to paint I'm not digging the beige wall. I think that this room needs something more than a beige wall. So I'm thinking of some ideas for colors. So far, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe a blue, a darker blue. So we'll see what happens with that. But beige definitely not so much for a creative space for me. If you have any ideas for wall colors, you'll have to let me know. My studio is right off of my living room though, so I have to keep it more under control than I will when we move to the garage. When we move to the garage, I would say anything goes, whatever we want. All right, I'm just placing my tablet where I can see it so that I make sure that I'm on the camera in the proper place. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is the Bunny Hugs Inspiration Box. If you're not familiar with Brutus Monroe's Inspiration Box, this is a monthly subscription box. You can buy it separately on its own, but it's a much better value if you just subscribe. The die set and the stamp set alone in here more than cover everything for your inspiration box. But anyway, let's open this up and see what's inside. So this month we've got our card panels. Brutus Monroe card panels are printed with toner ink so that you can also, if you should choose, you can always color them, whatever, but you can also, because they are printed with toner, use them with foil. So I hope I showed them long enough. I think you got to see all of the prints. I kind of went through that fast. Lots of fun. And these are great. They're A2 size, so they're perfectly ready for your card making. If I do, you won't be able to see everything else. It's just because of the box. Right. And then I haven't opened this yet. Let's open this up. This is the Bunny Hugs pattern paper.
Kathy, say hello.
Hi, Kathy. Let's look at these prints really quick. We'll just kind of thumb through them. So this has 6 different patterns, and you do receive 2 of each pattern. Look how cute those little bunnies are. I love their little chubby cheeks. And then you've got a really cute spring floral. You've got your bunnies and your chicks. And you've got your butterflies and your flowers. And then you've got chickens. So really cute.
Theresa says hi.
Hi, Theresa. So there's all 6. And so that is really fun to work with. Another Kathy?
Jackie.
Oh, Jackie. Hi, Jackie. So I really love these sequins. Look how cute this little selection of sequins are. The little teeny ones are just, they tickle me for some reason. I get excited about these little things. So another fun thing that you can always expect to get some sequins in your inspiration kit. And look how many you get. It's a ton. 5 ounces. And then this, you can see I already had to play with that. These are called conversation clippings, and these are perfect if you struggle with stamping your sentiments. These are great because you can just cut them off and just place them. In fact, we're also using the fence builder dies today, and oftentimes I'll just use one of these little pickets to cut mine out, especially if it's somewhere in the middle. So just a tip there. I guess I should tell you a couple of the little sayings that are on there. You've got somebody loves you, you make me so happy, hope your Easter is extra special, happy Easter. I'm not going to read all of them, but ooh, excuse me. But you can see there's a ton of them on there. And you've got 4 chances to use them. And this is the ribbon selection that came with this particular box. And I love Brutus Monroe ribbon, by the way. These are the pre-scored, pre-cut card panels. And you can see these are nice.
Double-sided.
They are not double-sided. They are single-sided. Okay, but you do have the black and you do have the white, which is kind of a nice feature, I think. And you have 2 of each of those cards. And then this is these are the card bases. They're 100-pound weight. And these are so convenient. I love them. And then this is kind of like the star of the show. You've got your bunny hugs.
Posted in the collection.
What was that?
Everything is being posted in the collection.
Yes, thank you, Darren. Darren is pointing out to me that we just started last week and we're continuing on from now on. There will be a link that Darren will post that has the whole collection of everything that I will use today to create my project. So you'll be able to click on that link and see everything that I used. Okay? So this is the Bunny Hugs stamp set. Bunny Hugs. So this is, like I said, the star of the show. And it also has the coordinating dies, which if you look at some of these little pieces, you will be so grateful that you don't have to cut them fussy cut. And I am in love. I am sure if you've seen any of the samples on the Brutus Monroe site, this little lamb, oh my goodness. The bunnies are adorable too, but this little lamb, we're using the bunnies today. I'm excited to use them. I think you're gonna like what we create. And then another fun thing that came in this box this time is we've got this selection of spring acrylic bubbles. All these fun spring colors. And these just look great on so many different kinds of cards. I love them. And then you can see this gorgeous, beautiful purple poking out from the box. That is on glitter stock. Sorry, just trying to grab all of the papers and I have no fingernails to do so. So I'm going to move the box at this point and see if I can, there we go. So we've got a select. Oh, right, Jessica is so cute. I agree, Kathy. It's just fun. This is our collection of paper that came in. This is a layering cardstock. So it's a little lighter weight than, say, the card bases, but it works great for your cards. And this right here, I am just telling you, this is the best glitter cardstock I've ever used. You can see I'm flicking at it. I'm not being soft, and there's nothing, there's dust from before, but there's no glitter on my mat. Really, really awesome. So definitely worth checking out. So let's just jump in. I feel like we've talked enough about everything. It's time to see it in action and play. We will probably use some of these in a bit, and we may use some of our acrylic bubbles. So I just want to make sure that they are somewhere where I can see them. I can have something, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm crafting, I can have something right in front of my face and look for it 10 times before I actually see it. I hope I'm not the only one. So as I said before, we're going to use our fence builder dies today. So this set, I have to tell you, it's great to make fences with. They make the cutest little fences, but I use it all the time for other things too. I told you I use it to make, to cut out my sentiments. And one thing that's kind of fun is you can cut out your sentiments, and then if you want to make a little tag, this makes a cute tag that you can just poke a hole in the top, and you can just put the tag part over here, or however you're holding your tag onto your card, and tie that onto your card, and it looks really cute. But today we are going to use this one, and we are going to use it to create a slider card, which I haven't done for a while, so bear with me. I'm a little bit nervous because I have the pieces ready to go, but I haven't assembled it, so it may be a comical live today. So I had this grass die in my stash. So I used that to cut out a couple of pieces of what am I trying to say? A couple of pieces of grass, I guess you would say. And so I cut one higher so that I can have, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out of this. Well, that's good, because I'm pretty good at doing anything comical, not even on purpose, just because I'm kind of a dork sometimes, but that's all right. So this is kind of what we're going to be doing. We're going to have our die cut out right here on this top one, and then I kind of want this guy to be right here. And just follow along for a minute with me. I know right now it doesn't look like a lot, but you'll see where I'm headed with this. So what I am going to use on top of this just to add a little bit more texture and a little bit more interest. This is one of the set the scene stencils, and it comes with clouds and it comes with the grass. And these I use all the time. We're going to use both of them on this card. So I think we'll just start with the grass really quick. And I'm going to grab my mat, and don't laugh because I killed my mat. Like, these just came out and mine looks like I've had it for a decade because I really worked it hard. So, don't judge the mat by the way that I used it, because I told you I used and abused it big time. Okay, so we are going to just kind of, this mat is sticky. It's new. It's the stick and stamp mat. Right now, I believe it's out of stock, but I think they will be in stock again mid-March. Hi, Brandon. Thanks for joining today. And so it'll hold your stencil where you want it. And I think I'm going to move mine down just a little bit. I think I want it to be, it was probably better where it was because it'll stick there better. Okay, so we'll leave it where it was. Sorry about that. When you're creating with me live, sometimes, you know, I do some things while I'm live. I change my mind. I hope that that does not disturb you too much. Okay, so we're going to take a blending brush and some Simon Hurley ink. This is Later Gator, one of my favorite greens. Pretty much, if you have not checked out Simon Hurley's inks, I highly encourage it. They are beautiful. So I'm just gonna hold on to my stencil just because it's stuck here, it's stuck here. I've got it down low enough that there's nothing to stick it to, so I'm just gonna kind of hold down my stencil a little bit. And I'm not gonna do a ton because most of the bottom will probably not be seen. I mostly just wanna get that pattern at the top. And I'm being gentle with my brush. And we'll just get this last little bit. Like I said, I'm not inking all the way to the bottom because a lot of the bottom will be covered. And I chose an ink color that was pretty similar to the paper. The paper, by the way, is mistletoe cardstock from Brutus Monroe. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we've got with that. Yay! So now we've got just a little bit more going on. In fact, one thing we could do it again a little higher. Not sure if we need it or not. Maybe we will. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, we can always flip it over, right? That's the thing. You gotta dare to make a mistake when you're crafting, which I think is tricky. Some things are more worth taking a chance on than others. Right now, this is just a piece of paper, right? The worst that can happen is I'm out a little piece of paper. Okay. We'll see how that looks. We may need to do another coat. I'm not sure if it's going to matter because a lot of this is going to be covered up. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now it comes up a little bit higher. I just was thinking it was a little lower than I wanted it. Okay, so now you can see, yeah, that's what we want. Okay, so we are done with that for now. And while we've got our stamp and stick mat out, we may as well do our sky. So I'm going to stick that right in here. I don't even know that we're going to need those for this because I think the stencil, well, we'll see where the stencil lies. Okay. So I think we'll start this way. I always get confused on this. Maybe we'll start it this way. Yeah, let's try it this way first. Honestly, it's a pretty forgiving stencil. It's okay if it's not exactly perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to take, this is a Gina K blending brush, by the way. That, I believe, is in the collection that Darren put up.
It is.
Darren confirms that it is. And I may have done this upside down. I always seem to do that. But I think it's okay. Like I said, it's pretty forgiving. And we're mostly, I'm not putting a lot of ink on it because we're just giving the idea of clouds anyway. I'm not going for a super precise. Most things I do are not going for a super precise thing because I do make lots of mistakes. So I like anything that gives me that's forgiving. Let's put it that way. Do we want to make that into...
Donna says hi.
Hi, Donna. How are you doing? We really only need probably one more little layer anyway. So let's just kind of go through here. And like I said, I'm just kind of going over it lightly. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how far up our grass goes. Maybe one more. Let's see what happens if we do this. I think that will give us enough that it'll meet the grass. Let's check it out. Yep, that works for me. Okay.
Jackie says I missed it. Do those stencils come in the box?
These stencils do not come in the box. These are from the Set the Scene stencil set. It comes with both the grass and the clouds. And there's a few other ones in that series, so check those out. Those Set the Scene. There's some spooky clouds. There's also some waves. So they're really awesome. Okay, so let me take this off. We'll get our mat. We're done with that for right now. So now the next thing we need to do is let's go ahead and get our... In fact, you know what I think we should do? I think let's go ahead and put this grass on here. Well, I think I'm going to actually add some foam to that, so we'll wait on that. So we'll just kind of look at it to see where exactly we want to cut that. So this little guy is going to be over here. I colored the stamps ahead of time, the images, just because, you know, we don't want to be here for the rest of eternity, right? So I went ahead and colored ahead of time and die cut these. And you can see, look how nicely the die cuts fit the images. I just think they are awesome. So he's going to slide all the way to there, giving the egg to his buddy. So I think right there is going to be about right. So I will be right back. My die cutting machine is on the other side of my table. So you can see we've got our little slot now. And I just realized the only thing that I forgot to do in preparing, we can actually still use probably. we are probably going to want to put a little green behind here, just because we don't want it to be white behind that. So I'm just going to cut a quick strip. It's 5 inches long. That's the same length as our grass, but we're going to make it a little bit more narrow. So it looks like it's about 1.25 inches. So that when we put that, we're going to put that on the card base first. Or you know what? Probably the easier thing to do is let's get the little, let's get the mechanical piece taken care of first. Let's take care of business first. So I have always made my slider cards with a penny. I've heard that you can use a button. What do you guys usually use? I have a green button. I thought that might be a good one. But I think the penny feels like it's the slickest. This one's kind of slick. Has to be big enough. It's not going to slide through the slot. I've got one bigger one. That's a nice big one. Let's use this guy. The penny actually would work just fine too. But I want to make sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to the white first of all and make sure that my button isn't up. See this little divot right here? I don't want it to go up above that. So we're going to attach that to some foam. And I'm just going to use one of our foam dots. Now I don't want to catch my cardstock in there. So now I've got that on there. I'm just going to take that off, and then I'm actually going to add the other half of that just to make it a little bit easier for that to poke through the slot that we made. And then I will show you the next step. So we'll stick that through. Oops. Like I said, try not to get your cardstock in there. And then we're going to stick our bunny. Kind of want to make sure I know how high I want that. I want to make sure his feet are kind of in the grass. So I think maybe like that. And see now how it slides back and forth? Okay. So now we can start assembling everything else. So I think what we'll do is we'll just attach it to the green first, and then we'll attach the whole piece to the card base. So we're just going to take some more of our foam squares because we need a little bit more distance between them because it's got to have some space to move, right? And we may have to double up since we doubled up on the...
Shiloh says hello.
Hi, Shiloh. How's your week going? Let's take this little guy off. I already took it off. Goofy. Okay. And we will add one down here. And then I think we need to put one more layer of those on just so that it has plenty of space to move. Okay? So you can see I'm adding a second layer to my foam dots to give it a little bit more space to move freely. So this is probably, by the time we're done with this card, I really doubt it's going to be one that fits in a very tight envelope. It's going to be one of those you either hand to somebody or you're going to need a little bit roomier of an envelope. Okay, so now we just want to make sure that we've got the little slot that it runs along, covered up.
Tina says hi.
Hi, Tina. How have you been? So I'm not too worried about the length of this too much. I think I'd rather go a little shorter and have it not hang out. No one's going to see that anyway, right? The secrets that the back of cards hold. Okay, so now our guy is still able to move freely. And now we can add our other piece of grass. Now, again, you can see we're going to need foam because we want it to be able to move around. And I can't tell yet. We're going to have to play with it a little bit, but we may actually need to double up the layers on this one as well. Okay, let's see how tight that is. Yep, we need 2 layers. So we'll get all of these little guys off. Okay, so we'll line this up on this side. That's going to be the hardest part. So bear with me while I hold this for my blind eyes. I say as I stare down at my glasses, they're sitting right here in front of me. Okay, I think that will work. Kathy, you are on it. Now look how much fun the dimension is on this card. You've got the dimension between the base and the first layer of grass, and then you've got this, and then even just adding that little bit of stenciling in between added even another layer. So I think we can safely put this on our card. So I'm just going to use some easy tear tape. Okay, so now we'll line that up, hopefully. You'll know I'm really blind when I finally give in and put my glasses on. Okay, there we go. Okay, loving that. Okay, so now we could either put him up here. No, that's too high. We're gonna put him down here. Now we've got 2 of our foam squares over there, but I think it's okay if he's a little taller. So I'm not gonna worry about it. But that's something to also consider. Not only are you worrying about this moving back and forth, but you're going to want to place this little bunny. So if you want him down in the grass a little bit further, you're going to want to move your squares or cut them smaller. So yeah, I think that works. I don't know, it might bug me. Let me see. Let's see if I want to. Let's see how stuck the foam dots are. That'll determine whether or not. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that, okay, we're okay on that. So the nice thing about this one is because he doesn't need to move, you can tuck him in under your squares or your dots, whichever you are using.
Yeah, listen to this.
Yeah, I like that better. What's that?
Never made a slider card before. Never saw one made before. So I have to try it. She still hasn't gotten brave enough to make her shake the card.
Who is this?
Donna.
Donna. Oh my goodness. You know what the scariest part is? Is thinking about it. It took me a while to, it took me a while to try a shaker card. And if you want to really laugh, the first time I did a shaker card, I decided to do a live. And when I went to do it live, I made a mistake and it didn't even, it was rough. Let's just put it that way. But shaker cards are really fun. We'll have to do one of those another day, or I probably have a video up already, and I'm sure there's one on the Brutus Monroe channel. But slider cards are really simple. Like I said, if you have this little guy, you are good. See, we can just slide him right over to his buddy. Okay, so now we need to, let's put this guy on the card mat. Just because I just think it's easier when I can get all the pieces kind of out of my way. And since we're not putting any ribbon around it or anything like that, we can go ahead and do that right away. And we want to make sure we've got that pretty well centered, which is a challenge sometimes. I do like having the glass mat. It does seem to help a little bit. Oh. Okay, I think we got that pretty well Close enough. Okay, so now let's add a few more little goodies to our little scene here. So I've got butterflies and flowers and an Easter basket. And the Easter basket I thought would be fun to put over here because once the bunny moves, there's nothing to look at over there, right? So we can either stick it back here or we could put it in the front, but I figure in the front it just gives one more reason to have something interfere.
Where the shaker slot came from, she came in late.
Gina asked what?
Where the shaker slot came from, she came in late.
Gina, this is from the fence.
Tina?
Tina?
Yes, Tina.
Tina, I'm so sorry. Tina, this is from the fence builder set. This is one of the slats in the fence builder set. So we're just going to add our Easter basket right to the background. So we'll put it right back here, I think.
Lenore says hi.
Hi, Lenore. Thanks for joining today. Hope you're having a good day. And then we've got this cute little butterfly that we could probably pop up. We've got everything popped up so much, it might be kind of fun to give him a little bit more dimension as well. So we will add one of our foam dots and we will put this guy, I think we'll put him going that way. And now we just need to add all of our little flowers. I think we'll put one down here, or should we put it down here? No, I like it down here. So you can use, I'm going to use glue dots just because they're fast. And when I'm live, it's just kind of nice to have something quick and easy. You really don't need one at the top. I got a little carried away. So you just need one at the bottom. And we'll just use that guy on a different one. Actually, let's put all of our big ones up that we want to use first. This one.
You're off to the left, Dad.
Okay. Maybe we'll put this one over here. Just want to make sure it's down low enough. Yep, that will work. And then we'll put, I don't think we need more than 2 of the tall ones. I think we'll just use little ones now. And these flowers are also, I mean, they're all part of the same set. Super fun. I don't know if we need that over there. Let's put one over here.
Lenore says so cute.
Isn't this fun? It's a fun set, I'm telling you. I've seen so many cute samples on our site from the design team. I'm just loving them. And then maybe we'll put, I think maybe we'll do 2 more. Let's do one. Okay, we'll put one over here. Seems like the middle's a little sparse. I'll think on that one for a second. I feel like I want one kind of in here, but I don't want to mess with the mechanism. I think if we put it there, let's see if that works. Yep, that should work.
Brandon says adorable.
Oh, thank you, Brandon. So we're going to stick this guy down quite a ways, so he's kind of peeking out from the grass. And then we'll put this one maybe right in front of it, and maybe even add one last one. Yeah, I like that. We don't want all of them to be evenly dispersed, right? Because flowers don't usually grow that way. Do you want it in the front? Nope, we want it in the back a little bit. Okay. All right, so now we can put our card. We need a sentiment. I'm really bad. That's like the one thing I really struggle with, making sure that I get that sentiment. I think about it last, and that's not necessarily the best way to do it, but that, I usually make my sentiment fit my card rather than the other way around. So you'll have to tell me what you guys do. So we will do, I kind of like Somebody Loves You for this one. I was prepared to get something from the middle, but I think Somebody Loves You is cute with the little guy giving his egg to him. So I just need to cut that out really quick. I'm not even going to use this because I've got my cutter right here and it's quicker. So you can use it, but I'm going to just, actually, I usually cut towards the bottom, but because I'm live, I will do it so that you can see it better. And hopefully I don't mess up because it feels very unnatural to me. There we go. So far, so good. And then we just need to cut right here between our sentiments. And then what I do with these, I will tell you, let me see if I've got one handy. I think I do. So I don't know if you have seen, like if you keep your gum, like you can buy a big thing of gum in these little plastic containers. This one already has one started. But I like to keep these for my sentiments that I'm not using right this minute. So I will probably cut all of these down and stick them all in here. And then I'll just put a little label on the front so I know where they came from. Just a little tip. Okay, so now we've got our sentiment. Let's see if it's pretty. Yeah, we need to trim a tiny bit off of this edge to make them even. And now I think that's close enough. Well, that's okay. All right, so now we just need to decide where it fits the best onto our card, which I think could go somewhere in here. We want to make sure the whole sentiment is visible when we start, at least. I think that works. We could actually put it down here if we wanted, but I think I like it better at the top. But when you make yours, you can decide where you like it. Okay, so we're gonna tuck him in.
Yeah, right. He says that top.
Yeah, I like the top better on that too, Kathy. Okay, I think that will work. I probably could have cut that just a little bit more narrow, but I didn't want to tempt fate because it was not too bad to start with. So we'll just go with that. And then I've got these two extra little guys. I'll just throw them in with my stamps or my dies, and then you never know, I might use them for something else. But if they're right there with the set, then I think about them. Otherwise, they either get thrown away or I just forget I have them. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some of the tissue tape and adhere that to our card base, and we will be done with our card. So the tissue tape, the Easy Tear tape, works really, really well. Okay, so you want to, yeah, right now all you probably do here is the dogs. So you want to kind of line it up without pushing it down. And I like to get it on the black part of the mat so I can see it. And I think right about there is okay. Hopefully, because it's stuck now. And this is just one of the pre-scored, I think it's one of the ones from the inspiration box that I showed you earlier. Just all ready to go, nice and convenient. And we've got our cute little Easter card. And he can give his little egg to his friend. What do you think? If you have not made one, are you a little less scared to make one now? Also, I'm trying to come up with a name to, I mean, I call them my lives, but I think it'd be fun if we had a little name for this. So if you guys think of a fun name, come up with something for Wednesdays or Wednesday Wonders. Do better than that though, okay? But anyway, if you have any ideas, put it in the comments. Also, if you have any feedback on ideas for the color of the wall, I want to change that wall color. Like I said, right now I'm leaning towards navy, but I'm definitely open to ideas as long as they are calm enough that they work with the rest of my house, because like I said, it's right off of my living room. Anyway, thank you so much for joining today. I had so much fun making this card, and I hope if you haven't made one, a slider card, that you will give it a try and not be afraid of it. Thanks again. See you next week. Bye-bye.